queens. How are we doing? Trust we are all doing great. It's nice having all of you here. Though sorry it was a bit late, supposed to be by 5, but apologies to that. So today I want to do something different from totally different from what I've always done. Something a little bit different. You can drop a hi if you are here. So I want to do something different. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Ruth Hair and Wigs. We are known for beautiful wigs, how we style wig, how we make things. Hello. I can see you are welcome. Shift on. Hello. Thanks for joining us. So we make beautiful wigs. We also teach people how to make wig on their own. That is DIY. Do it yourself. So today that's what I want to do. I want to show ladies how to make these wigs. At times you have bundles and you don't know how to go about it as a lady. You want to put them together, that is transforming it into a wig, but you don't know how to go about it. So that is what I want to do. So when it comes about transforming your wig, your bundles rather, transforming your bundles into a wig, there are so many things we have to put into consideration. We have to put into consideration the style that you want to do, the materials that you need, and some other things too. Well, when it comes to bundles into wig, we have what we call the machine sew, and we have the hand sew. So I'll throw this question to you, especially the ladies. Which one do you prefer? You have your bundles and you want to transform them into wig. Which one do you prefer? Is it the machine sew or the hand sew? Most people that I've met, they'll say, oh, I prefer the machine sew because it's tighter, it lasts longer, it gives it this neat job, neat finishing, it's very fine and all that. Why some will say, well, I prefer the hand sew. Hello, Zaina. Hello. Thank you for being here. Some say I prefer the hand sew. Well, it all depends on individual preference. Some will tell you machine sew, some will say hand sew. But for me, I like to go by what you tell me that you want, then I will give you that. But right now, I want to go into hand sew on how we do it. So as I said earlier on, there are materials you will need for that. First of all, you need your bundles. Excuse me. You need your bundles, which is this. I have these bundles. The closure is actually a 300 gram. But I have like 6 bundles here. The one of the bundle I use it to make the closure I will use for it. And this is the remainder from that one bundle. Then I have a full 5 bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have these 5 bundles to make into wig. I'm fine. Easy. Hi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thanks for loving my work. Thank you so much. Oh, you also say you love hand sew. Thank you. You love hand sew. It feels like machine sew and it's very flat. Thanks so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So these are the bundles I will use. Then I have my mesh cap. So I want to use dome cap. Initially, I was using dome cap, but and I discovered the difference between the end result, rather, between dome cap and mesh cap. And I prefer the mesh cap for it. Reasons why I say so will be for another day. So you need the mesh cap, then you will need, this is my canvas head. This is my canvas head. Or you use a dummy head. Let me bring one. There is a dummy head. So it's either you use this, which is this, or you use this. But most times, I prefer using this, using my canvas head. This canvas head is size 22. So the first thing you do is to secure your cap. And this is how we do it. There are so many things you have to put into consideration, but we cannot go into everything. I'll just show you the basics. I'll just show you the basics. So this is it. There are two lines here. Actually, the canvas head also have three lines. One signifying the middle line for your center parts. Then we have one line here and the other line here. But because I sellotape the canvas head, that's why you cannot see the line. But definitely I know where my lines are, the three lines. So this is how you go. So when you do that, it depends on the size of depends on your size. That is your head size. We have different size. We have head size of 21, we have 22, we have 23, which is the biggest. So it depends on your head size. This particular canvas head is in size 22. So I have to fit this mesh cap to be the exact size of the canvas head to get my 22. Though, sorry, I didn't make mention of the materials we will need. I just made mention of the bundles. We need needle and thread. Then the mesh cap, which you've seen. T-pins are very important. It might look so small, but very, very important. We can't do without this. If not, you won't be able to even start the work to start with. You won't start the work because it will be so frustrating. You can't even start the work. So at times you also need tape, measuring tape. Then we also need, what else? Those are the basic things. Then if you want to do machine sew, that's where your machine comes in. You need your sewing machine to do it. So I'll do another video for the machine sew. So today, as I said, it's just the hand sew. So you secure this. You can see I'm using my Tpin down. I've secured it at the front. The sides. For the sides, make sure it is well placed. You secure it with your T-pins. This other side too. You also secure it. And as for the back, we need to also secure it. If you have any questions, you can ask. This is it. You can see I've secured all parts of the mesh cap so that when I start to sew, no place will shift. Yes, I do. I do. Thank you so much, Sky Fly Girl. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You can hear their voice, isn't it? Thank you for liking the tutorial. Thanks. So, you secure everywhere, but when you look at the cap, you notice we have SS here. We have SS and we don't need this SS. That means that is more than size 22. So for us to adjust this, we need to pin the SS down. Can you see it? I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please let me know. So we have to pin this SS down. Can you see it? This, I've pinned inside. And we also have here. We have to do the same thing. Now, at this point, we've gotten the exact shape that is for size 22 based on the canvas head. Like me, I'm size 22 based on the canvas head. Thank you. Thank you, Jotam. So what I'll do next is to take my needle and thread. I have to sew down those excesses. It's very simple because if you don't remove this excess side, it will cause your wig will not be balanced at all. It will not be you won't even like the outcome of it. So this is how I go. Let me bring it further so that you see it. Excuse me, let me bring it further. Good. So this is how I sew it to get rid of the excess. So this is how you move. So those of us that said we like the machine sew, can you give me a reason why you say you like the machine sew? Or those that feel the hand sew is better off? Why do you think the hand sew is better off? I want to know your reason. 30, not at all. That's more than the normal. That means we are talking about something else entirely. It can't be 30. The highest is 23. But if we have more than that, maybe 23 and a half. And in rare cases, though I've not seen people like that, to be like 23 and a half. But 24, I've not seen anybody like that. Talk less of 30. 30 is, whoa, too much. So I'm still doing this side. Make sure this excess is not there. So that when you put on your cap, thank you, thank you. Thank you, I really appreciate. So this is how we do it. At times one can be so lazy to do this, but you just have to do it to get that finished look. Not that you, after everything, when you put on your wig, then your wig will become so loose, you won't be comfortable. Even the extra elastic that will be there will not even fit properly, or even with the extra elastic, there is excess at the back. It's as if the wig is drooping. You won't be comfortable maybe dancing because you'll be scared that this thing might fall from you anytime soon. No. So all of this is to make the wig stay in place. Can you see how I'm doing it? So you make sure all the excess, you sew everything. You sew the excesses, you sew them. They won't be there at all to give you that exact shape. I've seen someone that said her head size is size 21. After making the wigs, after making the wig, for her to fit it, it was still very loose because she sent in her size. It was still loose. I was like, how come? Because you gave me size 21 and now, yes, men can make wigs. Men can make wig. Anybody can make wig. In fact, I encourage anybody, whether male or female, especially the men, if they want to, why not go into it? You even appreciate them the more because they are the one doing a woman's job. You appreciate them the more, and that's how it goes when it comes to female doing mechanic or any technical work. You appreciate her. You even want to patronize that person in that field because to you is a plus. For her going into the other gender's field says a lot about that person. So you want to support him or her. So I've done with this side. This is how it looks. You can see even with that one side that I've pinned down or sewed down the SS, you can see the cap is even coming together. So I'll still do the same for the other side. Even after doing this, we don't really have much here at the other side because I even took it more. As I was sewing it, I took it more. So that's why we don't even have anything. So everything that's supposed to be here, I've drawn everything to this side. So I think I can walk like this. Can you see? So at this point, some people like to draw line on, let me move it backward a bit. Some people would like to mark their canvas and their cap using the marker pen, that is the wig pen. I have mine. I don't know where I drop it, but I will look for it before I'll round up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you. Some would draw lines, but I always draw my line which serve as a guide when I want to do machine sew. That's when I draw my lines. When I want to do machine sew, that's when I draw my lines. But yeah, I said it, men can do this job too. Anybody can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So your lines serve as a guide. But I'm used to, when using hand sew, I prefer using, going without the lines because I know how I want to move. It's only when I want to do machine, that's when I start using my lines. So this is the hair, as I said. This is part of it. This is it. Let me comb it out so that you see how soft and smooth it is. Is it? Can you feel it? Well, let me use this one that I've not loose. This is one bundle of it. Can you see it? This is how it comes. So you just remove the band. Thank you. you know you are enjoying this, please send me a love. Just send me an emoji. Send me something for me to know that yes, you are enjoying this stream. So this is the hair. So I'm starting from this side. There is always back and front. When you check the web very well, there is back and front. Look at this. I don't know if you see it. It looks as if it is single, isn't it? Then look at this. You are having as if it is double. This part is the back. Why this part is the front. Is it clear? So let's start. What I like doing is that I love pinning down my, let me raise this a bit. Good. I guess you can see it now. So this is what we have here. I love taking the measurements of it, and there is still another trick I will show to you for you to see. This is what I did. I have to pin it down so that there won't be a shift. That's why I don't like using drawing my lines, because I still have other ways to do it. So this is how it to be. Then I'll start to sew. Remember, your thread you need to knot it at the back, at the end rather. Knot your thread. Don't mind me, I love using very long thread right from time. I don't know why, but I'm so comfortable using a very long thread. So what I did first is to attach my thread to my cap so that there will be a beginning or a firm grip. So I go in straight into the web, and attach to the cap and sew. I want you to see how I'm doing it. Don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? So this is it. Since I've done the first one through the web, when I say the web, I'm talking about the place I showed to you that's double and single. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Thank you, Zena. So what I did is my first sew here, I make sure I pass it through the web. That is that point I showed to you that is the front and back. But for my other sew, I'll pass my needle under it. This is it, under. Then my thread will go over. You can even twist your thread twice if you want to, but most times I go once. It's not firm enough. This under. Can you see it? If you can see it, let me know. And when sewing, mostly the hand sew, for your hand sew to be very firm and really nice, is for you don't rush it at all. I always say it in all my videos. When it comes to wig making, you don't rush it. You take your time, because at times when you rush it, you won't get what you are looking for, and at the end of it you will lose it. That is, if you want to be truthful with yourself, that, oh, this my work did not come out the way I expected it to, you will lose it. So you can see I'm sewing it close. I'm not putting my needle here, attaching it here, tacking it here, then move to this line. No, it won't come out very well. Then the wig will be loose. You make it close to get it firm. So as the wig gets older, you won't have that sagging reel, that is the sagging hair coming out because the threads are weak. No, because they are close, you won't experience that. It's only when they are far apart. What I mean far apart, now I just did this side, then I'll move to this side. I want to do this side. I always see this. I always see this, and is not right at all. But unfortunately, people do that a lot. It should be close. Most people do it because they want to be fast and jump to the next thing, and it shouldn't be it. I like it when I'm doing something, I focus on it, do it very well, and off I forget about it instead of me going back. Except if it is not okay, and within me I know that yes, it's not okay. You will definitely have that feeling when you are doing something and the thing is not coming properly. You will definitely have that feeling that what you are doing is not right. It's now left for you to say, okay, I want to make amends, or I want to just ignore that feeling and move straight to the next thing. If you have any questions, you can ask. Feel free. Let's discuss. I asked a question earlier on, that which do you prefer, hand sew or machine sew? Which do you prefer? Thank you, Jotam. I really appreciate. Thank you. It's for one to have a very good hair. So I was saying a story the other time that she gave me her head measurement, which was 21, and when it was time for fitting, it was the 21 was too big. Guess what? She gave me a wrong measurement. So when you don't give the right measurement, then it gives the stylist a hard time. That means, which really happened, I had to start all over again. Just imagine, that was even a braid, not even hair, which even makes it difficult. So at this junction, I want to cut. I will show you another way. Some people want like cutting at the end, and some don't like cutting at the end. So I will show you both ways. So whatever the way you are comfortable with, then you can do it. Now I've cut the end of this hair. How to stitch it down so that it will not give that bump, because we don't want that bump at all. We don't want it. So this is what we do. Just what I did at this side, passing it through the web. That's what I'll still do here. I'll pass it through the web. You see how thick, even to pass the needle through is very difficult, is because it's strong. That part of the wig is very strong and tight. So I pass it through it and sew down, which is very important. Very important. You pass it through and make sure it is flat. Flat. Then when you get to the end, this thread, is either you cut the thread, let me do that first. Is either you cut this thread off, not the end of the thread, or you pass it in between the mesh cap to where you know you want to do the next one. So I will do this and also do the other one. Remember, you are starting at the end of it, this side. So you make sure your thread is in between. There's an elastic at this spot of the mesh cap. In between the mesh cap, there's, how will I call it, elastic pot there. So it will be, you make sure you are not passing your needle through the elastic. If not, your wig will become rigid when you want to wear it. It will become stiff because you've tightened the elastic already. So there will be no space for the elastic to expand because you've passed the thread through that part. So when sewing, please take note. Don't pass your needle, your thread and needle through the elastic. It will cause restriction. Now is the next line for me. Remember, I'm not using a guard. I don't have guard, so it will be like this. And the distance between the first and second, first, second, third, it will be 1 inch. I can just use my eye to measure it. Yes, the bump is very, very bad. I understand the bump is very bad, so you have to avoid it. So is 1 inch. I know where my next web will be, but to be at the safer side, you can just use your tape rule. You place it and mark. That's where your guide comes in. 1 inch. But I didn't do that for this. Maybe another video I'll do that. So this is where I'm going. I have my starting point here, my Tpin to hold it down. You see? Then I go this way. You can see how flat it is. Actually, this is the first, and this is the first rather. This is where the is. This is where the first web is. This side. Can you see it? Now we are putting the second one here. We are putting the second one here. Then I have to also do what? Pin down to secure my web at where I want it to be. You pin down. I also have some smaller pin, this smaller pin too, for at times you want to do something like what I did here. I use my small pin and just hang it here so that it won't be dripping all over me. So this first pin, we're starting from that end, your hair. This is the reason why I said you have to be patient. So just the way we did for the web, this is what we also do. Remember, I said this is the one that you want to cut. I also do the aspect of when you don't want to cut it. Then you will see how we turn it so that you won't get that bump at all. So this is it. I've done it. Tack it down and knot. Can you see? It's well placed now. So for this side, I'll be going on the under the web. That's how I will move now, under the web. Remember, don't be tempted to pick the elastic. You can see how close I'm doing it. And as a braider, I had the ugly experience. I haven't posted that the experience on my channel. That is the life of a braider. There are some disappointment you will see and you will like, how am I going to go about this? I did nano twist. The ladies will understand what I'm saying. Nano twist or micro twist or 1 million braid, as some people will know it. I did a micro twist, full lace micro twist. I never knew that the extension I got was a fake extension. I've heard about that fake extension before, but I never took it serious. I said, these people, they've started with their own, until I experienced that myself. Then I did the full lace nano twist. I was done with it, and full lace nano twist take 4 to 5 weeks to finish. Then when it was time for treatment, that was when I experienced what I never expected at all. The twist, I pour in my hot water for the treatment of that full lace, and as I was pouring the hot water, not that the water was even really hot, the normal temperature as I always do. Yes, it is flat. Thank you so much. Very flat. The normal temperature that I always use. And guess what? The twist, the individual twist, they were just shrinking. You know how kinky is, how kinky looks. It was as if I used kinky to do the hair. Twist that was very tiny, very small, became very fat. Very fat. And the hair was looking as if I used kinky instead of the normal extension. I will not mention the brand, I will not mention the make. Can you see it? If you have any question, please ask me. Ask your questions. I'll answer your questions. If you are not seeing it properly, let me know. Then I'll adjust, do the necessary adjustments so that you'll be able to see it. Like what I said, you have to make your sew very, very close. Very, very close. You don't have to give more space, because when you give space, it won't be flat at the end of the day. 2, it won't come out very well. In fact, even when you put it on, you will not really like it. You will not like it. Can you see what I'm doing? Thank you. Thank you. That's the main essence of doing it this way. It should be flat so that when you wear it, it looks natural, because when a wig is not flat, definitely it will not look natural at all. And that I don't like. I don't like it. So I've gotten to this end. Let me remove the Tpin. Can you see how flat it is? Can you see it? Even the thread are very close, like this. They are close together. Very flat. That's the essence of doing it flat. So You know, the other time when I was doing this other parts, I had to cut this side for me to, thank you, for me to show you how to go about it. But this time I don't want to cut it. And how we're going to do it? Look at this. And I also said I will cut my thread. I've done the necessary knots here. No, let me not cut the thread because I want to fold it. So I want to fold it going this way. The other side, when I was doing this side, I cut the hair, the web. Now I don't want to cut this so that you will see how it will move without having a bump at this side. Because there are some people, when you fold it like this is what they are scared of. Then it will become bulky like this. Can you see? To become bulky, it will be like this, bulky, and this place will be standing. No, we don't want that. Well, it's all, Zaina, it all depends on individuals. Some will prefer hand sew for their own reason, probably because of what they've experienced. Some prefer machine sew. But for me, I will not say what I prefer. I'll just say I prefer both of them. So it's left for individuals to tell me what they want. Then we'll go from there. Thank you. Thank you. So, if you see somebody that know how to do the hand sew very well, you will appreciate hand sew. Why most people go for hand sew is because, machine sew rather, is because they feel machine sew is very flat and neat. It's very flat and neat. Yeah, definitely. I will do that. But I have one already. I have one about, I just uploaded that video last night on how to make a bob wig. Maybe you'll check it out later. So, what makes people feel that machine sew is better is because it's very flat. When you use the machine, it makes it very, very, very flat. But if it happens that you meet someone that doesn't know how to use the machine sew, my dear, you will not like machine sew. Because if you don't know how to use machine sew, then there will be bump. When you even run your hand through it like this, you'll be feeling the bump. And at times, not even the stylist now or the dictation is the machine at times. The machine, maybe if the machine is a little bit faulty and you want to manage it, it will give you that bump. You just be feeling poof, bump all over as if it's a wave. So it all depends on individual. If you meet the right person that know how to do it, whether hand sew or machine sew, you will like the whatever sew, whether machine or hand sew. So I was talking about how we can move this without a bump. Why people have the bump is because they pass their needle through the web. Through the web. They pass their needle through the web, so you will have that. What you need to do is to pass it under the web, not through the web. So this is it. I hope you can see what I'm doing. This is my needle. I'm going here. I pass under. This is the web here. I pass under. I knot it once. Can you see? Then I want to go to this part. So I go again. Under the web, please. I knot it. You can see how it's moving. Then this thread, you don't pass like this. You don't pass it above the web. You see what I'm saying? It will definitely cause a bump. If you pass it on top, you see the bump? There's a bump already because you are passing the thread on top. So what you do is to pass the thread under. And guess what? Voila, this is it. You won't experience that. You're welcome. And I'm so happy that you are finding it so useful. So it's hard time I pin it down. Use my T-pins now. Remember, I'm not having a guard. So I'll use my T-pin. So always pass it under. When you pass it under, you won't experience it. Then I sew. Let me release this a bit. Good. Let me release it a bit. I want you to see it. That's why I want you to see all the steps involved so that you understand what I'm saying. So this time you are not still, even though you are doing it at the end, you are not still passing through the web. You are passing under the web, which is this. And please don't be tempted to take the elastic. If you pick the elastic and sew, you cause restriction. You can see how flat it is. Let me do further sew so that you will understand what I'm saying. Imagine I didn't even bring my small comb. Can you see it? You see why the T-pin is very important. It helps you to put the hair in place. So now I want to take my, remember 1 inch apart. This is it. Then I pin down. So let me still do more sewing, then I will show you how it looks. I tag that also down for it to go very flat. I'm coming, I'll still show you. So this is it. Do we have any bump? Good. Is there any bump on it? This is it. So this is where I did the turning. You can see that it's very flat. Yes, people also have the idea that the hand sew is very strong. As I said, it's individual preference. If you want the hand sew, some even will tell you that the machine sew is stronger than hand sew. So you can see there is no bump. It's flat. Can you see it? Very flat. So just, if you want to do this way, under it. You go under it. You don't go through the web. Then you will get that flat end of it. So let's continue. So I was telling you about the twists I made that came out very bad. guess what? I had to lose that twist. And the deadline I gave the owner was even up. I had to call her and explain things to her that this was what happened. The wig got spoiled. I got a very wrong extension for it. I had to lose everything and start all over again. Thank God she's the understanding type. She gave me time and I did everything. I have that video too on my channel. Thank you so much that you find it so useful. Thank you. It's something you can apply and it's very, very easy. So it's either you go with turning it or you just stick to cutting it. It's all depends on how you want it. So I'm still maintaining my 1 inch apart. This is it. This is 18 inches hair that I'm using for this tutorial. Remember, don't be tempted to take the elastic. Don't be tempted to rush your work. Don't be tempted that you want to pass through the web when turning. You go under your web. You don't be tempted that, oh, I want a very fast job, then beautiful wigs, as I said, beautiful wigs. You don't rush beautiful wig. If you want something that will come out very well, very beautiful, then you just have to apply the rules to it. So I really appreciate this. I really appreciate those that have supported me. Really appreciate this. And I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that have supported me, because it's not easy for people to come around and say you want to watch your video. Thank you so much that you find it so useful. I'm so grateful. I still remain myself. You can ask me any question that you want. I want to use this time to round up. I'm rounding up. So I'll do the remaining off camera, then later on I'll upload the video for you to see the finishing. That's when I'll also include the closure. This is a 2x6 closure I'll include to it to bring out that beauty, uh, for this particular unit. So I want to say a very big thank you for all who show me love, who has encouraged me, who have said a lot of beautiful things about me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So as I said, I'll do the finishing, then upload the video on how I did the finishing, and there will be definitely subsequent videos that will be coming up on how to make wigs. Not just making, but we'll also talk about maintaining, whether coily hair, braided wig, straight hair. As far it is wig, then we'll talk about wig. We will speak the language of wig. You send me any questions, I'll answer you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I want to say, all I will say is just thank you. Thank you. So this is what I will say. Bye. Bye. So see you later and expect more videos. Remember, when there is no you, there is no me. So I remain my humble self, Ruthie Hair and Wigs. I live in Lagos, Nigeria. And thank you for enjoying this. Thank you for at least seeing this useful. Please, Ross, I know you definitely you also assist Madam in doing this week. Thanks so much. Thank you. Bye.